You know, I've been thinking, when life gives you lemons, sometimes you shouldn't make lemonade. You gotta make life take the lemons back. Sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing a lot of thinking this last week, and since I've made that other video. And I thought I'd chat with you guys again, because it was so much fun last time. And I figured, why not? So I came out here to the park. I got a nice little stogie. This is a Roma Craft 1794 from Nicaragua. Super nice. I like it. But yeah, it's been a lot going on this last week. Not just with me, but just like in general, right? In the world. And it had me thinking a lot about lying and being honest with ourselves and with each other, and live streaming, content creation, right? And lemons, you know, sometimes we get an opportunity. Sometimes we get something put in front of us and we have this opportunity and we can use it. And sometimes that's a really good choice, you know, take the opportunity that's in front of you. I'm always like, shoot your shot. That's always my thought. I'm like, yeah, just try it. Try anything. Success is 50% dumb luck and 50% preparation for that dumb luck. And so like, there's a lot that's like on opportunities. But so I like to kind of take things simple sometimes and look at different topics and controversies and everything and try to boil them down to like their essence, you know? And that can be really good in some situations, but you don't want to oversimplify things either. You don't want to create like a straw man logical fallacy or anything like that either. But it can be a good exercise to like take something and like boil it down to just the limits. I needed to think for a moment. The cigar is nice for that. It forces me to like pause for a second and think, and then I can, you know, get my words together. Whenever we have a decision to make, no matter what that decision is, we balance things, right? Like we are trying to come up with the best solution for ourselves, the best decision for ourselves, and we're balancing things out. And there's never like for example, if I say I want to exercise more, right? And I do, but I also say I don't have time for that. That's not true. It's not true, right? And this is where the like lying and like being honest with myself, and then this will tie in with live streaming and stuff later. But you know, like it's just fundamentally not true. I do have time. I have the same exact amount of time as somebody who does exercise more often and takes better care of their body and doesn't smoke, right? And so what am I actually saying? I'm actually saying I value something else more than I value exercising, right? Maybe I haven't thought through, maybe I haven't made a list. I haven't really consciously made that type of balancing act, but that's just fundamentally what I've done. When I boil it down just to the lemons, I've said, I want to do something else. Or maybe I want to do nothing else. That's more likely, like I'll just be, you know, laying around at home or something. And that's what I want to do instead of exercise. And that's a fine decision to make, right? Like that's the decision I make. I don't want to exercise, or I don't want to read, or I don't want to work, or I don't want to blah, 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 whatever it is. That's the decision I make, and I own it. Like it's my choice. But I don't need to say like I don't have time. I just say like I have chosen not to do that. I don't value that thing as much as another. And that could be unfair, right? Like I could really, really value something, and I can see the importance of exercising or working really hard or something, and still decide not to do it for whatever reason. So kind of taking that same thought process of, you know, this balancing act there's been a lot of controversy about Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my goodness, Hogwarts Legacy. Come on. This is like such a heavy topic right now, or it has been. Maybe it's already dying down. But, you know, if you know what the controversy is, then I don't need to explain it. If you don't know what it is, go ahead and look it up. I'm not going to explain it now. But the thing that's interesting is I see, you know, a lot of people arguing about this, and there's a lot of different debates and everything. And we're going to set aside the like political stuff, okay? And just boil it down to what is the simple conversation here. And the simple conversation is that some people say, like, if I want to play Hogwarts Legacy, I should be allowed to play it. And yeah, I mean, I understand that, right? Whether you want to play it for nostalgia reasons, or you want to play it just because you're interested in video game development and you like that world, or you want to play it for, live streaming because it's your career, or you want it to be your career or something. There's an opportunity for you and you want to bite it. You want to dig in. I think like part of this whole controversy is people who say they want to play it they're like, I'm being canceled because I want to play it. And I don't think that that's true. There might be some exceptions. There might be people out there actually trying to cancel each other over playing this game. But I don't think that that's true. I think what's actually happening is people have an averse reaction when we lie. You're having a conversation with somebody, okay? Set aside Hogwarts Legacy for a second and or whatever controversy there might be. You're having a conversation with somebody and you're having a disagreement, and you point out something that they are saying or thinking that you disagree with. And instead of embracing that, instead of being like, yep, that's what I think, that's how I feel, they say, nope, that's not how I think, that's not how I feel. They deny it, right? Now you're pissed. Now you're mad because you're like, how can I have a conversation with you and you can't even be honest with me, with yourself, and with everybody else around us? Anytime we are not honest in a conversation or a debate or a discussion like that, something that's hot, then yeah, like if you deny things, then you are, people are going to be upset. It's not so much about changing somebody's mind. There's always this like common thread of like, oh, if you don't think the same way that they do, they're going to cancel you. And it's like, no, I don't see that. I don't see people saying you have to think the same way I do. What they want is for you to own how you think. Stop denying it, right? Like if you are making a decision for a specific reason, then just say, yes, that's the decision I am making for this reason, okay? And if you're denying that, then people are upset. It's not like I'm mad at you because you don't think the same way as me. It's I'm mad at you because you don't even respect this conversation enough to be honest, right? There's a lot of words, a lot of, maybe this is getting confusing and too vague and ambiguous. So let's bring it back to Hogwarts Legacy. I say content creators that are like, I should be able to live stream this. It's not a problem. I'm still an ally. I'm an ally. I'm an ally to transgender people. I support you. I am not against you. I'm not transphobic, right? But there's denial in that. Because if we go back to just boiling things down to their simple pieces, then we can see like, okay, if I'm just a gamer, I'm not a live streamer, I'm not a content creator, and I'm choosing to play this video game, maybe I'm doing it privately, I'm doing it secretly, just on my own. That's weird to think like, oh, I'm being secret, like playing a video game. But let's say that that's what I'm doing. What I'm saying is my nostalgia or my entertainment or my desire to play this video game is greater than my desire to make you comfortable. That's just true. That is just true. It doesn't matter how big of an ally you are, take all of the conditions and the stigma and everything out of it, and you are making a decision. Fundamentally, you're making a decision to play a video game because that is more valuable to you than to not play the video game for whatever reasons it might be. And then you have content creators who are doing, like, taking that even a step further. They're acting like they're just playing the video game. I'm just playing a video game. What's the problem here? No, you're not just playing the video game. You are working. You are increasing your chances of success. You are making lemonade out of a lemon, right? You are making that choice to promote the video game to your audience. These are decisions that you are making, right? So again, one of the debates about this whole topic is like, well, okay, so you're saying it's unethical for me to play this game. Well, it's unethical for you to smoke cigars because there's slave labor that's, being used to make some of those types of cigars. I don't think this one, but I'll do my research. I'll find out. And that's a good point about the cigars, because I have a choice. I can choose to not smoke. This is not a necessity. It's not good for me. It's not beneficial in a health sense either. Like, it's just something that helps me relax. But this is not a necessity, just like the game is not a necessity. Alternatively, people are like, well, but you have a phone. You're tweeting this on your phone, or you're making this video on your phone. That's unethical because of, what goes into producing the phone. Yeah, but people need a phone today. They need internet today. They need cars today. They need to eat food to survive, right? Like, there is no ethical consumption. And that's true, right? There's no ethical consumption. What is the phrase? There's no ethical consumption under capitalism, right? And so, okay, we can make that argument and we can debate about that. But there are things that we fundamentally need in order to survive and exist in modern society, okay? Especially in the US or Europe. In other places, maybe I don't need a smartphone. But in a lot of places, that's the case, okay? Again, I can choose to not have this specific smartphone, but I need a phone. I need a phone of some kind for my work, right? I can choose to not have a specific type of car, but I need a vehicle to drive in the US because that's how our roads and towns and cities are built, is like requiring a vehicle. I cannot choose to just not have a car. I cannot choose to just not eat food, right? I can choose to not play the video game. There's a billion different types and forms of entertainment. So ultimately, like, when we're having this discussion, it's like, okay, you are choosing to play this video game because being an outspoken ally, being on the front lines of being an ally for transgender people is not as important to you. And some people will be squeamish about me making that statement, but it is just true. You have balanced out your decision on what you want to do. Just fundamentally, you have made the decision. It is more important to me to play this video game than to not play this video game. Now, whatever your explanation is, your justification, your reasoning, that's all a different topic entirely. But you have made the decision. It is more important to play the video game or to live stream it or to make videos about it than it is to not do that. This is what would come under, for me, conditional allyship. So you being an ally is conditional on certain facts, right? You are an ally. You are an outspoken ally until it comes to this video game. This video game is a condition upon which you make the decision. It's not so important for me to be an ally right now, right? So, I see live streamers and it's just like driving me crazy because I'm like, you guys are just denying. I can't have a real conversation with you because you are not being honest. You are not being an ally when you act in certain ways, okay? In certain ways, in certain conditions, certain types of allyship, right? That is not the important thing for you. Now we can debate and we can discuss and we can be respectful about it, whether or not that form and that action is really like an ally behavior or not. We can definitely do that. But the reality is that you are choosing to live stream because it is not as important to you as not live streaming that video game. You have chosen that battleground. You've picked the battle to fight, to say, I want to create this. Now you can't like Pikachu face it when there's a known controversial topic, okay? Millions of people worldwide are actively saying this is harmful and it's controversial. And so then you do it, and then you get surprised and shocked when people are upset with you. That's on you. That's on you. Like you made that choice. You know it's controversial. You know it's a problem. Don't Pikachu face it. You know, like you're suddenly shocked. Oh my goodness. I've been an ally all this time. How could they say I'm not being an ally right now? Well, because you are making the choice to play the video game, right? And stream it and promote it and all of this because that is more important to you. And so they're questioning that. They question that. It's fair for them to question that. They're allowed to ask that question. Hey, are you really an ally or are you opportunistic? Right? Is this conditional allyship? And if you just like deny it, just bold face, like, no, you know, I don't do that. I'm an ally all outright, you know, and everything. Like, you're just denying the conversation. And when you deny conversations, when you shut down a conversation point, a topic, then yeah, people are upset. We all get upset about that. If somebody lies to us or somebody isn't honest with us, we're having a conversation with them and they just like start shutting it down. Yeah, we get annoyed. All of us, okay? Like you cannot sit here at any point and be like, no, I never get annoyed when people do that. You absolutely do, okay? Now take that emotion, take that moment and be like, maybe that's why people are frustrated with me because I seem to be shutting down the conversation. You're not shutting it down in the sense that you're saying, I don't want to talk about it anymore. You're shutting it down in the sense that you are not wanting to talk about a specific aspect of it. And that specific aspect of it is that you are making the choice. You've balanced it out. And your balancing act has caused you to decide, subconsciously or not, that playing the game or live streaming it or making videos about it is more important than not. Now, why did you make that decision? That's up for you to discuss and decide and think about and be, you know, honest with yourself and with others about who you're talking with. That's not for me to really argue about. I know there's transgender people who love the game. Okay. There are people in the LGBTQ plus community that love the game. There are Jewish people who love the game, even though there's problems with that. You know, like there are people who are really, really into it. Now, they've made their own decisions. And maybe there's a conversation to be had there. That's not the point of this topic, you know, of this video. It's more like, you know, just being honest, being like, okay, I'm not going to lie. I did make that choice because playing this game is more important to me than being perceived as an ally. Just own it. Own it. I think that we'd have more productive conversations if people just owned what they're saying. If you say something terribly controversial, racist, and then you turn around and you say that's not racist, people are going to be mad. People are mad, okay? Like they're mad about you saying the racist thing, but it's almost like they're more mad because you're denying it. Like you're literally just looking them in the face and just saying like, nope, that didn't happen. You didn't actually see that. And that doesn't help anybody or anything. So anyway, it's just been a lot on my mind. I see some people that I'm pretty disappointed with. I have made the decision to unfollow and unsubscribe from people because I'm just not interested. Like if I can't trust you to be honest right now with why you are deciding to do something, if I can't trust you to be honest, then why am I spending my time on you? I'm not going to spend my time on you. It's how it is, you know, and that's my choice because I've balanced out that decision. Has nothing to do with me like wanting to censor your speech or anything. I'm just like, no, be honest or don't be around me. Be honest or don't be around me. Have integrity, have convictions. Stop trying to like play the role of an ally while doing the opposite in whatever situation it is. Anyway, that's what's been on my mind. Maybe this video is too long. Maybe I talk too much. I don't know. But I like talking with you guys. So I want to hear what you think. Yeah, please tell me what you think. Down in the comments below or something. I don't care. I'd love to talk with you guys, but, you know, click like, I don't care. Click subscribe. That's not why I'm making these. Honestly, maybe that's for another video, but I'm making these to just hand down some point. Maybe to a kid one day or something. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out. I'll see you guys around. Peace.